kung sino ba nga ba ang pupunta sa ating Land of Dawn.
Yeah, I think for Cignal Ultra, ang kailangan lang nila ma-figure out dito is sino ba yung Batman sa kanilang team. Sino ba yung Robin? Kasi they have Janos and they have Aqua, which is I think yun yung nagiging dilemma. Parang nagkakaroon ng confusion eh. Pero ngayon mukhang Gold Lane, Aqua na talaga sila and Janos pa rin ang jungle.
Tingnan natin kung paano gagalaw dito yung Aqua Boy Rene J matchup. Kasi si Aqua Boy, laging consistent yung farm niya with a Claude. Lagi niya nakuha yung DHS niya na mabilis.
Yeah.
Pero this time around, against Rene J, tingnan natin kung paano siya mag-spare up.
Sino nga ba ang mag-e-end ng drought and quench their thirst? Who will go back to their winning ways? Eto na ang labanan! Next Play Esports kontra Cignal Ultra. Casters, pasok!
Character development ang batayan dito sa mangyayaring labanan between Cignal Ultra at NXP. Ako nga pala si Leo sa inyong lingkod. Sama dito si Rob Luna. MPL Philippines Season 7 is presented by Smart, the official tournament telco partner of the MPL. Pretty game great with Smart. Free games for all. MPL Philippines Season 7 is under the supervision and regulation of the Games and Amusements Board. Parehong team na to, Rob, nahihirapan sa Season 7. Week 3 pa lang at wala pang ipapanalo ang Cignal pero nakaisa sila sa World Champions.
Yes, they actually had a great game and masasabi natin dito, that was I think the best series so far ng Cignal Ultra on MPL Season 7.
But as we stand, NXP nahihirapan din. We'll see how they will catch up. As we continue to deal with the COVID-19 pandemic, we encourage everyone to follow the government's health and safety protocols. This includes practicing social distancing, wearing of face masks and face shields, sanitizing, proper hand washing, and staying at home as much as possible. Let's do our part to stay safe and help stop COVID-19. Kahapon, naka 3 games ang Cignal laban sa Bren Esports at ang NXP na 2-0 ng Blacklist International, who by the way just stayed undefeated recently. Kung kakapanood nyo lang, nanalo sila laban sa Work Oscar Force. Pero ngayon dito sa draft, may tanong ako sa'yo, Rob. Who is gonna be making the smart choices in the draft here today? It's been brought to be a Smart free game great with Smart free games for all. Next Play Sports gonna be playing first. Cignal Ultra sasagot. Unang tinanggal na next play ang Selena.
Yes, so I was really thinking dito no kung paano yung magiging approach ng Cignal Ultra. Let's go back against Bren Esports. Naging maganda yung start nila doon is kumbaga, 'di ba? Tinaguran nga the nice one baby meta yung ating Estes, yung ating mga healing Angela, Rafaela, 'di ba? So meaning medyo binaliktad yon or medyo iniba yon yesterday ng Cignal Ultra. They have this Valier. Tapos ang ginagawa na lang nilang lahat doon was a support emblem na naka-average. One of the reasons kung bakit nakakasabay sila sa gold regardless na hindi sila masyadong kumukuha ng mga minions on their respective lanes. Pero yun kasi natin nakilala yung Cignal Ultra. That was the Imba DJ's Valir. One of the reasons kung bakit din binan yun ng Bren. So, I was thinking na baka maging ganon ang approach ng Cignal Ultra. Meanwhile, for Next Play Esports, they were actually banning pa rin yung mga heroes na usual natin nakita. Itong Alice na to, time and time again, nakita natin to on the previous series natin kanina from Work and Blacklist International. Naging, baga ito yung parang hero, parang apple of the eye ng mga team natin. Talagang piling-pili talaga tong Alice na to.
Yeah, parang kung yung team mo hindi marunong mag-alis or hindi ganun kalakas sa side lane mag-alis, parang behind kayo. And I think currently, despite these two teams having a hard time in the current metagame, parang pareho naman silang nakakasabay. Hindi naman sa dahil kulang sila, talagang nahihirapan lang sila sa current matchup. Cignal Ultra, ang binan nila dito, si Paquito at si Eve. Based on these current bans, Rob, feeling ko, may magna-nice one baby kasi wala pa nawawala oh.
Exactly.
Angela still there. Rafaela still there. And isa pang baby na feeling ko maglalabas dito si Changa.
Si Changa, well,
Technically baby siya.
yes, I know, right? But not only that, no? I mean, medyo nagkakaroon din ng popularity yung Papalin Kupa in terms sa mga tanks natin. We've seen it yesterday sa laban ng Cignal Ultra and Bren Esports.
Baby boy yun.
Yes, si Baby Boy. Si Baby Boy. Pero kung titignan mo dito, no, the way nagbaban dito ang Cignal Ultra is more on, yung kinasanayan ng Next Play Esports. This is James Hero, this is an Exhort Hero, this is a Rene J Hero. So, kumbaga, may target talaga sila dito ng mga key players for Next Play Esports. Meanwhile, Jawhead will be left open. Kumbaga, willing ang Cignal Ultra na ibigay ang Jawhead na to sa side ng next play.
Yep, at ang unang pipiliin ng Cignal Ultra, ang Benedetta. And feeling ko dapat magpaita na si Popolin Kupa eh. Pero hindi pa rin. Ang unang na ilalakin dito, ang Uranus ni Rhea.
Ni Rhea, wherein yun din mismo yung naging magandang game nila against Bren yesterday, yung kanyang Uranus na I think it was also the MVP of that game.
Na kahit saan siya mapa team fight man o mapa split push, ramdam na ramdam ng kalaban. Ramdam ng Bren Esports. But now, next play Esports, una lang pipiliin dito sa pagbabalik ay ang Lunox. Easy pick yan, parang Exhort. Ang daling ibigay kay Exhort. Pero hindi ako magugulat kung kunin to ni James. And of course, pwede ito itong hero ni Rene J or ni H2O. Claude.
Exactly. I like your point there. And Lunox is also yung ginagamit nilang somehow like a pseudo counter on the Uranus. And of course, pagka nakadart na siya dito with the spam of the Chaos Ball, alam natin that the sustain hindi enough yon specifically on the early game. And also it gives the Uranus na mapapaisip siya. He has to think twice. Magkakat ba ako ng sobrang lalim? Would I go under the inner turret? Or yung mga medyo confident na mga Uranus na talagang pumapasok sa base and getting 2 lanes on the process.
Yup, HP based ang scaling ng damage nung Chaos Bolt na yan na hinahati dito ng ating Lunox. But right now, Cignal Ultra, ito na.
Nice
Isa sa
one.
mga pinaka
Oo.
kilala na hero sa Nice One Baby Meta. Actually, ang tagapagsimula ng Nice One Baby Meta.
Exactly.
Actually, Rob, tatanungin kita, anong mas importante bilang Nice One Baby Meta player sa ngayon sa MPL? Is it the Angela or the Rafaela? Kasi Rafaela still out there.
For me, I would still go for the Rafaela. Pero kasi, pwede nating sabihin, if you were actually going out with the Rafaela, medyo sabihin na natin pwede mong basahin. Kasi most of the time, Rafaela would be paired into a marksman. So, somehow, medyo mababasa mo na they would go with it. Kaso, ang problema lang, kahit alam mo na yun yung gagawin nila, it's still hard to counter. Nakita natin yan earlier on the series, yung Estes and Rafaela na combination ng Blacklist International. Meanwhile, for Angela, ang maganda naman sa kanya, it's more on mobility. Kumbaga, you just have to find your position to be able to use yung hard guard mo effectively na hindi ka basta-basta makukuha sa likod or some other things. I think yesterday there was a Hayabusa play na talagang pinipick off niya lang yung Angela sa likod. I think it was also the same case, Cignal and Brendan yun.
Yup, worth it siya kumbaga. Worth it siya sa case na yon. But right now, ang naisip ko dito, kaya Angela ang unang kinuha ng Cignal Ultra is because of their core player si Janus na magaling din mag-Lancelot. May Carl Tusok, may Janus Tusok. Okay?
Yeah.
But again, this could also be a jungle Benedetta. But looking at the bans, Ling and Esmeralda, binana ng Cignal Ultra, next play Esports, Harit at Farsa na mga hero ni Aqua Boy. Unang pick dito ang Cignal Ultra. Rob, you think they should secure the core already para mailabas na kung side lane Benedetta nga ba to? Anong kailangan kunin ng Cignal?
Yeah, I think I would agree with you, no, if they will be locking here as yung jungler na nila kagad dito. Pero kasi kung isipin mo, Kagura, ito yung naging mismong kalaban nung sinabi mo kanina, yung hero dito ni Aqua Boy, it was actually Rebos and itong hero na to, the Kagura versus the Farsa.
Yung di kinaya ng payong.
Hindi kinaya ng payong. But anyway, yeah, I really like the Kagura pick here coming from Cignal Ultra. Naging versatile na to, and also in terms of mobility, parang kung papansinin mo dito for the side of next play Esports, the only hard CC or probably the CC that they only have is coming from this Jawhead. So meaning, medyo mahirap yung mga pick-ups nila dito. Kumbaga, they had to rely on the burst damage of the Lunox or yung talagang kailangan nilang makuha. But this is a Harley jungler from H2O.
Okay, this is a far cry, ladies and gentlemen. Malayo to sa nakakasanayan nating gamit ni H2O. We're used to seeing him on Roger Toll na pinulot natin sa aklat ng Aether. Pero
Sa versikulo 1, ang ording kay Kuya Manjin.
Marami nakakabasa niyan. Sanay tayo sa Roger, sanay tayo sa Benedetta, pero this is something new. Rob, is there enough magic damage on the side of next play?
Indeed. Yeah, definitely enough magic damage. And the only thing na gusto ko dito with the side of next play, they could potentially get and pick up dito. Itong Angelan to, medyo kailangan mag-ingat-ingat talaga to sa early game. And even this Benedetta with the deadly magic, ang maganda kasi dito sa isang Harley is that yung early game prowess niya talaga, parang malalampasan mo lahat eh. Parang eto, hihintayin mo lang tong Claude, parang pahihinugin mo lang. Look at that. Doggy, medyo, I think they're really on fire ngayon, no? Kumbaga, ito na talaga yung ending the drought, eh. Kumbaga, both of the teams, they need the win, pero I'm feeling that next play, medyo maganda ang aura nila doon sa kanilang bootcamp.
Yep, uhaw na uhaw para sa panalo ang parehong teams na to. Pero looking at Cignal Ultra, last pick nila ang Hayabusa. Yan ang kanilang gagawing side lane on Aqua Boy. And yeah, I think what Next Play Esports is going to try to do is gagamitin nila yung Harley ni H2O para mag-early engage. Magiging defensive ang paggamit ng hard guard.
Totoo yan. And for this one, no, kumbaga yung tempo manggagaling talaga from Next Play Esports. It's all about Cignal Ultra helping, kumbaga, kailangan nila somehow i-prolong. Sabihin na natin, may mga maganda naman yung mobility nila dito, hindi sila basta-basta mapipick off. Pero kasi yung burst damage dito, Harley, I think, is this the first time na nagkaroon tayo ng Harley here on Season 7?
I need to check my stats, pero
I
first
think
time to definitely on H2O.
Yes, first time.
Definitely, for the first time here with H2O. Ladies and gentlemen, nandito na tayo sa Land of Dawn Exhort. Papasabukan dito ni Keket at Ate Bensanity, who by the way is coming into play. Hold up, pause muna. Bensanity coming in
Yes.
from the sidelines.
Oh, yeah. Hindi natin masyado napansin yun, no, na medyo napalitan yung isang player. But Bensanity, once again, going back onto the main five. Medyo, I wasn't really expecting that much. Pero might as well change something, eh, di ba? I mean, you're coming from a 3-series loss from Thursday to Saturday, kailangan mo ng bago. Kailangan mo ng refresher, di ba?
Actually, sobrang, ano ba sabihin natin dito? Orthodox or kakaiba ng desisyon ng Cignal Ultra dito, ng coach ng Cignal Ultra ni Ian Meister. Kasi kung maalala mo, Rap, ikaw ang nag-host ng podcast na yun, di ba?
Alright.
Kinausap niya siya ni Manjin sa patch notes na ang sabi niya, ipapasok niya si Bensanity kapag catch type heroes.
Yes. Like for example, yung Jawhead nga, signature hero kasi yan ni Bensanity, or even yung dati, medyo gamit na gamit may pa yung mga Atlas and mga Kufra. Yan, dyan natin nakilala si Bensanity. But, well, you have to adapt. Kumbaga, in order for you to grow, not only just using the Winter Truncheon, you also have to know or to have more heroes on your pool.
Yep, and right here, parang natututo si Bensanity sa bagong meta, sa Nice One Baby meta. Ito ang bagong phase ng isang pro player na si Bensanity na sabihin natin new blood sa Cignal. Parang kasabayan niya si Imba DJ nang mag-qualify sila sa Season 6. So, that being said, medyo kabado ako para Cignal Ultra. Again, there's so many different factors no coming in. Pero so far, mukhang bawi naman. Ang daming damage na nailapag nila kay Exhort na mapapag-TP pa uwi.
Oo. So, tingin ko, no, still, next play dito will be the one to set the tempo dito sa laro na to. Look at that Yawi dito, going for the ejector. What a pick-off dito, Leo.
Signature Yawi ejector into the turret. Binarel ni Rene J. That's one already, pero si Yawi nakakuha. So, again, still good for the economy. 3,100.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you would take anything, specifically on the early stages of the game. Kumbaga, yung pressure kasi, in terms of drafting dito, both of the teams are really capable on late game. Siguro, sabihin na natin medyo favored ng konti dito on next play, yung late game. Tapos, kumbaga yung pampalasa nila dito, itong Harley na to, mukhang makakakuha sila ng second pick off dun sa top lane.
Walang kalaban-laban ang Angela ni Bensanity. Pinasabog. And again, it looks like top lane ang paboritong atakihin ng NXP dito. Kahit sino ipadala ng signal, mukhang papabagsakin nila doon, papatumbahin.
Yes, kahit sabihin na natin merong mga shadow tong Hayabusa. Yawi, alam natin from time and time talaga, master niya to, itong Jawhead na to. Yung proper timings in terms of rotation, and given that dito si Aqua Boy, hindi pa na niya naman nahihit yung kanyang level 4, so hindi basta-basta siya makakatakas doon sa ejector unless nga, meron pang, medyo malalim dun yung nagiging pasok niya rito with Rene J. Pero so far dito, I think, next play Esports, they are doing well, and even with the goal, and now, Rene J, naiwan siya mag-isa.
Shadow kill, sinamahan mo pa ng pagpasok ng tatlong miyembro ng Cignal Ultra. That's 1 for 2 currently, pero makakaisa dito. Free turtle for NXP.
I think it's an even trade kahit papaano, no? So sabihin na natin, nakuha doon si Rene J. Pero ito, I think, H2O dito, this would be the kicker talaga para sa side ng Next Play Esports. Nakita mo yun, mag-isa niyang ginawa yun. One of the reason din siguro kung bakit the late pagpunta doon nung tank and support ng Next Play because they were actually zoning out the turtle for H2O. So, yeah, still, Next Play dito mga kaibigan, they are on the roll on the early game, and if they keep on doing this, Cignal Ultra really needs to think twice kung paano magiging approach nila sa mid game.
Yep, and currently, no, anong level, 3 minutes in, si Bensanity wala pa rin siyang heart guard. And the fact that kailangan gamitin ng Cignal Ultra ang heart guard as a defense mechanism para maligtas kung sino mang pipiliin ng H2O para i-deadly magics. Medyo mahirap ang sitwasyon ng Cignal ngayon. Ahead ang NXP ng 500 gold. Janus, naghanap ng target. Sword Intent, palayo. Yawi again, going to the bush. Papasukin. Smart missile sa tamaan ng konti. Oh, that's Bensanity. Sinisilip niya lang.
Sinisilip niya lang talaga. And that's one of the reason din, no, na kung bakit puro sa top lane din yung nagiging pick up dito na side ng next play. It's easier to kill the Hayabusa compare sa isang Benedetta. Sabihin na natin dito, both sides ng Cignal Ultra could be able to hold their own lane. Hindi sila basta-basta man pa-push. They have a decent minion wave clear. Pero in terms of pick up, you would still go for a next play. Kumbaga, next play dito, iniisip lang nila sino ba ang pupuntahan natin? Sino ba ang mawawala sa position? And I like what you've said kanina, no, na matagal mag-level 4, yung ating Angela dito is actually being passive. Kasi parang hinihintay niya lang na dumating yung minion. And this is something you wouldn't want. Pero wala rin sila kasi talagang choice, Leo eh. Kumbaga, hindi sila pwedeng maging aggressive because the type of that they have, medyo talagang sabihin na natin, kailangan pang magpainit, kailangan pa ng konting items, and kailangan pa ng mga skills. And now, next play, are really going inside the jungler dito ng Cignal Ultra.
Ito na, pumorma na. Yawi, bumaboundary lang dito. Blocking out the rest, and there you go. Naghahanap si Bensanity dito. Bensanity low, napasabog, hindi man lang, nakapag-hard guard. Turtle going over to H2O. Umaari ba dito si James sa likod? Mapapatay niya ba si Janus? Flame shot by Kekedat, but Aquaboy goes down. 2-3 for none. NXP in the lead. James minubuli si Rhea at makupan nila yung turtle. Rob, nakupan nila yung turtle.
Oh no, next play is indeed on fire. Mukhang ito na nga yata. Sabi kanina ni Butters, he actually watched the vlog of Doggy. So, nararamdaman ko ang ugong ngayon sa bootcamp ng NXP, and this might be it. Kung matutuloy nila to, Leo, Cignal Ultra is really having a hard time. Kahit sabihin natin dito magamit yung first card.
Ejector sa isa, Kekedat pinasok, nag-flicker, papasok. Janus ginamit ang Electro final blow. No out for you. Renegade gets a kill.
Kakabuhay lang ni Janus, nawala at nabura na naman siya biglang. Meron silang consolation dito, Aquaboy getting H2O, pero kapalit doon, mapapatay naman siya ngayon ni Rene J.
Baka Renegade ito. Ang asim ng NXP para may bawi. Ang Cignal, tapos binalikan pa lalo. Again, hindi nakakatakot para sa NXP na paabunin itong late game dahil meron silang Claude.
Yes, napabuo nga ako dun eh, nung kinanta mo yung baka Rene J to. Pero now, Rene J dito is on the lead. He actually died once to the Hayabusa, pero right now, mga kaibigan, Cignal Ultra is hindi nila makita yung groove nila dito, Leo. They don't know how to approach. Hindi sila ready. Specifically sa mga objective na meron tayo on the early game. Yung mga turtle, hindi nila kayang i-zone out. And look at that, sabihin na natin nagiging passive. Yung dalawang, yung sustain nila dito. And not only that, even their assassins. Oh no.
Renegade, nag-blazing duet para sa isa, and I think it's worth it, Rob. I think it's worth it. Ultra almado lang ang Cignal, spreading out across the map, pero ang sagot ng NXP, hindi, gusto namin laban eh.
Oo,
Gusto namin laban.
Next play, hindi sila kalmado dito in terms of getting kills. Look at yung board natin dito, 9/2. Right now, they're just picking on kung sino kukunin nila dito. And for the side of Cignal Ultra, they're actually trying. May kita mo doon, Aquaboy is trying to be aggressive, and even Janus. Kaso, yung early lead ng next play talaga dito, nagpapahirap para sa side ng Cignal Ultra. Sabihin na lang natin dito, Leo, na parang itong mid-turret na to, mid-outer turret na to, ito na lang yung lang sa pagkapanalo ng NXP. Kasi pag once na nawala yan, I don't know. Hindi ko alam kung saan na ngayon magpa-park yung mga assassin and yung mga members dito ng Cignal Ultra.
Sobrang late na ng mapa ng Cignal Ultra kung mangyari yun, Rob. And right now, NXP is forcing another fight up top. Si Rhea papasukan pero hindi mangyayari. Bensanity has to cancel the heart guard. Another kill goes to NXP. Rob, meron akong tatanong sa'yo ha. Unless biglain to ni Yawi, naghahanap siya ejector with a thumbs up. Makikita si Bensanity. Hold up, walang heart guard yan. Okay, masustansya ng konti dito. We're gonna go for the purple Janus na naawan siya. Okay, si H2O talaga, men, feeling ko may dugong snatcher.
Meron
hanggang
talaga.
ngayon, kahit as Harley, parang meron pa rin eh. Kita mo eh.
Grabe. That poker tricks into Red 3. And ito yun, no, going back doon sa pagpasok doon ni Yawi, grabe yung confidence niya. Look at that unstoppable force. Wala na silang paki. Talagang papasukin. Even with the puppet on the strings na magagaling with Ben Sanity, he doesn't even care. Kasi walang damage ang Cignal Ultra. Kaya silang tangkihin ni Yawi. Kahit sabihin na natin hima pa sila as long as may support dito from the damage dealers ng NXP. And look at that. Janus, mawawala na lang bigla.
Another one, James. Pulling the diversion. Nanggugulo lang siya dun sa kanan para mas maganda
Oh
ang
my.
pagpasok ng front lines ng NXP. At sino yung front line na yun? Si Yawi. Tingnan mo to. Sasabihin ko sa'yo kanina di ba nag-set up ako ng tanong? Ito yung tanong ko, meron bang Phantom Core ang NXP? Sasabihin ko dapat si Rene J yun, di ba? Ang galing niyang bumaril Blazing the Wit sa isa, sure ball, patay. Pero parang si Yawi yata yung Phantom Core.
Yeah.
407?
Exactly. Kumbaga, hindi niya sinasadya na napapupunta sa kanya yung kills. It's
Ganun
just
eh.
that sobrang squishy ng Cignal Ultra, even with smart missile and just injector na manggagaling dito sa pura ang Cignal Ultra. Look at that Rene J, being very confident on Leo, going into the backnades. Ano siya kumbaga, kaya niya Parang walang papasok sa kanya. Isipin mo, sino ang hard CC ng Cignal Ultra? Puppet on the streaks? Kumbaga, para mong pakukuluan pa. Tatanggalin mo pa bago kumapit yung stun nun. Pero aside from that, walang crowd control ang Cignal Ultra.
Yup, and kung mabasahin na natin yung lineup nila, ang gusto nila, maguluhang laban. Gusto nila scattered. Ito yung essentially game 2 nila kahapon laban sa Bren Esports. Pero dito sa NXP, hindi gumagana Kapag ang kalaban mo, NXP, na G, mag-ML, uhaw para sa panalo, parang mahirap. Here we go. Hard guard, sinaset mo dito. Janus, mapapasukan ni Ben Sanity, pero makapag-lord muna ang NXP. H2O securing the take. That's going to be a back out. Aqua Boy, sumisplit push pababa, flame shot, pero macho-choke out dito si Janus. Worth it ba yun, Rob?
Definitely worth it. Kung isipin mo, no, the only one who's zoning out the rest of Cignal Ultra was actually Exhort at kinukuha na nila doon yung Lord. And for this one, this might actually seal all the outer turrets. Actually, yung isang nag-iisang inner turret ng Cignal Ultra, or might as well, baka makakuha pa sila ng base turret dito.
Sobrang hirap ng sitwasyon ng Cignal Ultra. Rob, nangyari na. Yung kinatatakutan nating mid-turret, yung tier 1 natanggal. And of course, pati yung tier 2 sa gilid. So NXP has really given Ultra a hard time dito. Wala nang pagkukuhanan ng farm. And so far, I think, kung bakit walang damage ang Cignal Ultra, is hindi nila mabigyan si Janus ng farm. And kung sino yung isa pa, si Aqua Boy, hindi rin makahanap ng maganda shadow kill kasi at least 2 o 3 magkasama ang NXP parate.
Yes, and not only that, who do you think ang kayang i-burst kagad? Sabihin na natin, Janus is getting good items, meron din siya. Pero who are you gonna burst? Diba? Probably H2O pagka nagkamali siya ng hat-trick.
Yep.
Exhort would be hard with the Order of Brilliance.
Hindi rin.
Even James is too tanky right now. I don't think na makakakuha ng pick-off dito yung kanilang Benedetta.
Yep, so again, all-in burst at nakakatakot yung isipin na one-hit wonder lang. Diba? Yun lang ang kayang ibigay ng Cignal. And right now, hinahanap nila yung window na yun. Lord, dito, babagbagin ang bottom lane. That's going to be, one more. Janus nabuhay pa. Vinsanity, nagbaback out na. Yawi might go down here. Blazing to it. Yawi traded out for Gekedat. Top lane, babalagbagin na rin. That's going to be 2 inhibitors for NXP. Cignal, kaya pa ba nila i-clear to, Rob?
I don't think so. Well, one member lang naman dito ang nawawala for the Cignal Ultra, and I think it's all worth it for the side of next play. Kumbaga, hindi nga natin in-expect na 2 base turret, and next play, I think they want to end this one, Leo.
Yep. The burst on Rene J. +1. Wow, base na lang. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. NXP takes game number 1. Cignal Ultra. Feeling ko ultra almado lang. They have to stay in this. This winning moment right here, ladies and gentlemen, is brought to you by Oppo A94 Experience Gaming at full speed with Oppo A94, available starting March 26 in Oppo Concept stores, retail partners, and platforms. Get yours now for only $13,999.
Oh, wow. Leo, alam mo, kita-kita mo yung blazing duet doon ni Rene J. Parang hinihintay na lang nilang matapos, hindi nila mapahinto, wala rin silang magawa. It's masasabi natin dito, in terms of crowd control, wala talaga. Kung papansinin mo, even the spell of Rene J, it was ages. Kasi wala namang maghihinto ng kanyang blazing duet. He doesn't need the purify on that specific match.
So survive nyo na lang, di ba? Blazing the wet. Kayo babagsak bago ako, tapos makakapag-BMI out.
Exactly. Exactly. That's what happened and time again. I think Cignal Ultra, if they could potentially had the early game, nagkaroon sila ng magandang snowball, that Hayabusa got a pick off doon kay Rene J ng maaga. Pero hindi ganun yung nangyari with Yawi in its rotation, na-provide niya sa buong team niya yung pagkapanalo na to. I think that thing yung umpisa and that Harley pick na sobrang naging dominant on the early game, talagang nagpahirap sa side ng Cignal Ultra.
Yep, I think when our analyst Wolf breaks it down, mapapansin natin na hindi man lang ganun kadaming kills ang nakuha ni Harley. So totoo lang, I was thinking, ang mangyayari dito, papahirapan ni H2O ang jungle, ang side ng Cignal Ultra. As in, choke niya, kukunin niya agad lahat early on. Again, parang yung ginawa niya sa Ling nung kalaban nila ang Blacklist kahapon. But essentially, ang nangyari is, si Yawi talaga eh. Sobrang daming ginawa ni Yawi. Tinulungan niya yung top lane, kasama si James, tinulungan niya yung bot lane, kasama si Rene J. Tapos, yun, bago nila mapush yung gitna, humahanap na ng kills. Ladies and gentlemen, that was game number 1. Sana nag-enjoy kayo dahil kami dito sa studio nag-enjoy. Now, i-explain na ni Wolf ang ating analyst kung ano nangyari doon. Wolf, kwentuhan mo naman kami.
Thank you so much, casters. What a wonderful start para sa NXP as they are starting to recover from a slump at pinakitaan tayo ng kakaibang galawan, or at least comfort coming out from NXP. My name is Wolf, your analyst, and let's talk about game number 1. The following post-game statistics are brought to you by Smart, the official tournament co-partner of the MPL. Free to game great with Smart, free games for all. And bakit ko nasabi na kakaiba but at the same time comfort para sa NXP? Well, kasi this time makakita tayo ng ibang heroes. Like a Harley, for example, making so much sense laban sa mga heroes ng Cignal Ultra. Hindi lang yan yung late game composition nila na meron kang Lunox plus Claude. Imagine kung hindi ganun ka-dominant para sa NXP, may sagot pa rin sila para sa Cignal Ultra in the latter stages of the game. Ngayon, ang pinaka-comfort na nakita natin was coming out from Yawi, 4, 1, and 8. So, in total, 12 out of 15 ay ang kanyang kill participation. Pero honestly, kahit paanong simula pa lang, halos 95% ang kanyang kill participation. Looking at Yawi and his performance na Joed, ito talaga yung kailangan natin tignan all throughout this match. Honestly, the real reason kung bakit sobrang dominant ng NXP in this particular game, dalawa. Una ay binigyan nila ng hero si Yawi na magiging comfortable siya. Pangalawa was because of the fact na overall, ito yung strategy na talagang nag-work para sa NXP, which is to just go for the kills. And later on, we'll find out sa highlights kung ano mangyari. But for now, I want you to be reminded na meron po tayong live watching rewards for all of the viewers out there. Every time na mamupunta dito sa post-game analysis segment, we're gonna be showing you a QR code and a link para sa live watching rewards. The first 30,000 entries ay may chance makapanalo ng isang skin worth 599 diamonds. So kung sa inyo, smali na. Let's talk about the highlights, of course, brought to you by Smart, the official tournament co-partner of the MPL. Free to game great with Smart, free games for all. For NXP, look at Yawi. Yung unang dalawang kills actually mapupunta sa kanya, the first blood and the second one for NXP. Eventually, aabot siya sa point na 4-0 and 5 tapos 11 kills yung NXP. Tumating nga sa 4-0-7 tapos 12 kills yung NXP. Ano ibig sabihin nun? Kill participation off the charts. Yawi dun sa may backlight sa turtle take na to. Tignan naman yung isolation na nagawa ng NXP just by one hero. Hindi pa nahuli si H2O kaya kahit pa yung Cignal ay makapwesto bilang 5, kulang na rin sila ng damage output, pati na rin ang kanilang formation na debunk ng NXP. Lalong-lalo na sa aggressiveness ni Yawi at pati na rin dun sa lapu-lapu ni James. We're gonna see another initiation from Yawi getting another kill for the team. And eventually, si Janus ay mapapadive sa likod kasi nga naman naging aggressive. Sila kailangan nila kumuha ng extra kills. But Yawi was still all over the place. Sa lahat ng highlights na to, nakikita mo si Yawi. So this is well played coming out from Yawi. But at the same time, yung Cignal Ultra, hinayaan nilang makuha yung Johead nang walang magandang trade-off. Honestly, kung isipin, pwede na siguro dahil meron silang Benedetta, nakuha sila din ng Angela. Pero overall, I mean, para sa NXP, sobrang comfortable ng kanilang Johead. Unstoppable at this point. Wala tayong nakitang mga heroes na pwedeng pumigil dun sa aggression na makikita natin coming out of this Johead. And so many times in this particular post-game analysis, ang daming beses ko nasabi yung Johed, pero ang MVP, when it comes to the stats, is Rene J. The MVP of the game was brought to you by Smart, the official tournament telco partner of the MPL. Break through your own limits, rise above, and be free to game great with free games for all. Bakit din MVP performance coming out from Rene J? 80% kill participation, 2-1 and 10. In fact, yung damage dealt niya ay 39,000 and objective damage overall 15k. So ano ba yung mga implications ng mga stats na nakita natin from Rene J? Una ay nakontrol niya yung mapa. Pangalawa, yung lane niya ay tamang-tama yung resulta because of the help of his teammates. Nakakuha din siya ng farm na maganda using that gold and transforming it into damage. All I'm trying to say is, kapag binigyan ng farm si Rene J, gamit ang Claude na may sagot sa lahat ng heroes ng Cignal Ultra, nako-convert niya yung farm na ginawa niya into actual in-game impact. Kaya nga naman din, napaka-komportable ng NXP all throughout this game. Everybody stepped up, including James, pati na rin yung overall, pati na rin si Lapu-Lapu, which also allowed NXP to just take over this game. What a wonderful start para sa recovery ng NXP. Tignan natin kung Cignal Ultra naman ay makakahanap ng kanilang own path to recovery. Let's see, and let's get back to the desk.
Maraming salamat, Wolf. Thank you so much for breaking down that game. Isa lang ang reaction ko dyan at mukhang pareho kami ni Rob. Baka Rene J ito. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the desk. We're bringing you game 2 for this matchup, NXP versus Cignal. Now, after that breakdown, in-explain ni Wolf kung bakit nga ba gumana ng napakaganda ang lineup ng next play. Almost perfect execution. Sobrang na-enable ang Claude ni Rene J. But Rob, what can Cignal Ultra do para makabawi, para maipilit ang game number 3?
Yeah, I like what yung discussion natin or off-cam nung nag-explain din sa Wolf. Probably the Popolin Kupan could work on the side ng Cignal Ultra, but we have to see kung paano maging approach na sa banning.
Yep, that would have been the smart choice. But the question is, who will make smart choices in the draft? Coming up next, mga kaibigan, brought to you by Smart, the official tournament telco partner of the MPL. Free to game great with Smart, free games for all. Hindi mahirap isipin na magpopopolin kupa ang Cignal Ultra nung game number 1 dahil alam natin meron silang ganoon. Magaling gumamit ng popolin kupa ang Cignal Ultra dahil ibinangganan nila ito sa Bren yesterday. But here in game number 2, sila ang mangunguna, Cignal Ultra. First ban, Eve and Benedetta. Next play, sila naman ang magtatanggal ng Johed at Matilda, knowing na naglalaro si Bensanity.
Yes. Sabi na napag-usapan natin kanina, signature hero ni Bensanity ang isang Johed. And nakita naman natin kung gaano yung naibigay sa buong team kanina ni Yawi. All throughout, siya nagbigay ng space sa buong team ng Next Play Esports during game number 1. Might as well, tanggalin mo na to kaysa sumakit pa yung ulo nila. But now, for the side of Cignal Ultra, ngayon medyo torn sila eh. Kung sa titignan ko sa way ng formation and even on draft. Kasi parang yung Harley, they're not expecting the Harley.
Okay. But the Harley, ladies and gentlemen, is a pick that is super effective kung ipapasok mo siya sa tamang lineup. Again, ang bahay ng Harley talaga yung last 2 picks. Kasi kailangan mo i-set up yung magic damage, tapos kailangan mo i-set up yung aggression mo. Na okay kang mag-phantom core, ibig sabihin yung pangalawang core. Pero ngayon dito, Next Play Esports, ang huling ban nila, Pakito, Cignal Ultra, huling ban nila, Popol and Kupa. So siguro, ang Cignal Ultra dito, ayaw lang nila ng mga kakaibang strats. Feeling ko, ito yung game na bibiglain nila ang Next Play Esports. Rob, your thoughts?
Ang iniisip ko dito for the side of Cignal Ultra, they would want to get that Uranus once again, or probably the Alice might actually work for them right now since na-open siya ngayon. And we've seen teams na talagang pinaprioritize dito. But si Lina, well, I guess this is a much better pick for the Cignal Ultra. Kumbaga, kung kanina medyo passive yung kanilang mga support, this time around, sila yung gusto nilang gumawa ng tempo at ng pacing ng laro na to.
Rob, ito yung sinasabi ni Wolf kanina na first pick nyo, whether you're blue team or red team, dapat maganda yung trade. Dapat willing ka na brasuhin yung kalaban mo. And for Cignal Ultra, dahil dun sa Popolin Kupa ban, ito yung silina nila.
Yes. But still, this Claude is still gonna be open para sa side dito ng next play. The question is, will they do the same strategy during game number 1? Kumbaga, isipin mo, no, Claude and Cho dito, basically is a multi-role. Hindi mo masabi, is this gonna be a tank for Yawi? Or is this Claude na to, gagamitin ba ni H2? Or still side lane for Rene J?
Yeah, very, very strong flex picks. So, sa next play, pwede natin sabihin silang may flex play.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, even the two heroes, that's what you could say it's a Rene J hero.
Yeah.
Diba? So, now, for Cignal Ultra, they just have to play kung ano talaga yung ano. Kumbaga, wag na muna silang mag-deny pick, wag na muna silang mag-counter.
Open lang.
I-open lang nila, kumbaga, laruin nila yung talagang gameplay nila. We've seen that work against Brand Esports. Even, I think, the Valier might actually work for them. I think sila lang yung isa sa mga teams na talagang nakapagana yung mga ganon, even out of meta.
Yeah, pero ang Cignal Ultra, wala silang spot ngayon para mag-Valier. Although it is known for them. Pero si Imba DJ yun. Pero dito sa lineup wala si Imba eh. Wala si DJ. Wala yung pinapaborito nating kalmadong kapitan. So, Cignal Ultra, ang trade nila doon ay ang, ito yung sinasabi ko,
Oh, yes.
Uranus and Sylvana na matik lalabas ang Lunox ni Exhort.
Exactly. Yan talaga no? Parang i-pambobird out nila dito. And yeah, ang tinitignan na lang dito ng next play is what's gonna be the, sabihin na natin yung medyo aggressive na side lane. Kasi ito alam na natin to eh. This is gonna be the passive, the sustain na side lane dito, the Uranus ko. The Harriet will be targeted dito para sa side ngayon ng next play Esports. Cignal Ultra, what's gonna be it? Kumbaga, ano yung ipang tatapat nila dito? If this, dito sa gold laner ngayon ng next play Esports, would they want to do the same thing like the Hayabusa na ginawa nila kanina? Or would makikita na ba natin ulit ang Lancelot ni Janus since it's still open on the draft? At
Yeah.
nakita natin kung paano gumamit ng Lancelot si Janus.
Yep, again, another comfort hero for Cignal Ultra. Next play Esports, mukhang ang tatanggalin nila ng hero ay si Aqua Boy, Harith and Farsa out. Cignal Ultra, that's a side laner. Ang pwedeng gamitin dito si Alice na pwedeng sila rin naman ang kumuha kanina.
Yes.
Pero ito yung sinasabi natin, Rob, kanina na kung yung team mo ayaw sa Alice, mahirap ang metagame na to currently for you. I'm not saying that's the way it is for Cignal, pero sa choice nila na tinanggal yung Alice, mukhang iba na lang ang ilalagay nila sa side lane. Hold up, mukhang sila may ibang plano rin sa core.
Indeed. I mean, banning the Lancelot, it's actually makes sense eh. Kasi pwede rin kasing gamitin ni H2 yun eh. Gaya ng sabi natin kanina, this Claude is still not known kung sino gagamit. But seeing here na meron tayong Esmeralda, oh wow, medyo ang ganda ng rotation or ikot dito ng drafting ng next play. Alam mo yung parang mind blown ka na,
Yeah.
paano ba magiging approach nila dito? And that Esmeralda, I don't think Cignal Ultra is expecting that.
Yup, again, this is another pick na medyo naitago sa anino ni Alice. Diba? Ito isang
Totoo.
malakas na gold laner na parang, sobrang lakas ng isang Esmeralda, ba't natin nakalimutan? And Rob, dadagdag ko lang, the fact na ito yung pick ng next play sa spot 4, medyo, hindi lang medyo, talagang na-deny na yung Angela. Kasi pwede pa mag-Angela yung Cignal Ultra eh.
Pwede.
Kasi sa side lane nila yung Sylvana. But already, talagang iba na nga ang hangin. Iba ang strategy ng Cignal ngayon.
Exactly. One of the reason din siguro kung bakit nila pinan yung Alice. Number one, they're not willing to use it. Number two, ito lang yung hero na posible na pumasok sa backlane nila. And even that Lancelot. It now makes sense why are they banning it. And we all know, itong 1-1 na to could still work on the gold lane given na I think anyone from the side of next play dito, tingin ko mahihirapan sa isang 1-1. And that YSS together with this Selena would potentially bring the tempo back to Cignal Ultra on the early game. Itong Uranus naman na to, alam natin yan. Ganyan lang gagawin. Magka-cut lanes yan. At pag naiwan mo yan, pupunta yan sa mismong base nyo. But nandito ngayon, si Roger Toll.
Roger Toll, ito na linabas na ni Dogs. Sabi niya, ang aklat na nakasaad dito para mag 2-0.
Oh my.
Ito na, this is the play. Sino nga bang tumatalo kay Roger Toll? Binan na Cignal.
Binan nila eh.
Diba?
Si Lancelot.
Si Lancelot okay.
Kaso yung isa kasi hindi pa natin alam. Sa playoffs pa. ang reveal.
Nako.
So, ngayon,
Yung revelasyon.
yung revelasyon. So, gaya ng sabi natin kanina, we are mind blown. So, ngayon nilabas dito si Roger Tol. So, kayo mga kaibigan, kayo na ang humusga. Paano ang magiging, at anong ihahatid sa atin ng next play ngayon sa second game?
Kayo ang saksi.
Yes.
Kayo ang saksi. Last slot, Roger Tol. Sobrang, sabihin ko lang to, Rob, like, I'm expecting Cignal Ultra to make a comeback dahil sa ultra kalmado gameplay nila. And of course, Bensanity, comfort pick. Actually, medyo comfortable ang draft ng Cignal Ultra.
Indeed.
Pero ang ganda ng firepower dito ng next play.
Oo, I agree with you. And not only that, no, for Cignal Ultra, to be fair, if they could land a very good abyssal arrow coming from KK Dot, I think they could potentially get the early game. Pero that pick, kumbaga sabihin na natin dito for the side of Cignal Ultra, medyo conditional din eh. Yung mga kanilang winning condition. Given that sa NXP, alam natin kung paano magro-rotate yung kanilang mga heroes.
Yep, actually, dito sa game number 2, welcome to the Land of Dawn. We are now witnessing Cignal Ultra versus NXP. Hindi ako magugulat, Rob, kung ang gagawin ng Cignal Ultra ay kapit lang. Kung hindi nila aasimin masyado at aantayin nila na makaporma si Aquaboy.
Yes, and I like Leo kung paano na ina-approach to ng Cignal Ultra na hindi sila ganon ka-aggressive, hindi nila in-invade doon yung Roger. They know na kaya naman nilang sumabay on the early game as long as Janus gets its buff. Kumbaga hindi siya ma-disrupt agad-agad. And this top lane, this is probably a staple. Kumbaga parang yung pwede mo siyang iwan na okay lang yan, dalawa na yan dyan. I think slightly James na advantage with Drea in terms of the hero. Pero I think yung first turtle natin dito ang magdidikta talaga ng tempo, and that's where KK that has to shine para makuha nila ang early lead dito against Next Play Esports.
Yup, 30 seconds about dun sa ating unang turtle. And yun ang nangyayari, Rob. I think Cignal Ultra, maglalagay lang sila ng boundary. Hanggang dito lang kayo, guys. Pa-farm lang tayo hanggang dito. And si Rhea lang ang pwedeng mag-cross. So,
Exact.
si Rhea lang or traps ni Keketat. Pero tingnan natin dito, H2O level 4 na. Nailabas na ang Mountain Shocker. Namataan ng Cignal Ultra. Alam nila kung nasaan ang bawat membro ng NXP. And currently, Bensanity still at level 2. Not much of a catch. Arrow, binato ni Keketat. Plus, Bensanity with the lance, binato. And, tama lang, di ba? Again, hindi tayo tatawid.
I like the timing na ginawa doon ng Cignal Ultra. Kumbaga, sinubukang parang ecometic lance muna ni Bensanity together with the arrow coming from KK. And this is a great start for Cignal Ultra kung makukuha nila tong turtle na to. Kasi I don't think na ready sa formation doon ang NXP. Cignal Ultra finding, sabihin na natin hindi man nila nakuha yung kill, but that arrow, ito talaga yung magdidikta ng, sabihin na natin the first 5 minutes of this game.
Yup. Rene J, mababa na gamitan ng crossbow of tang. Dalawang target. Aquaboy gets first blood.
Oh no, Cignal Ultra, medyo na nakukuha nila yung groove nila here on the early game of game number 2. And that, Imperial Justice, would that secure the kill para kay Exort?
Nako, na-timingan. Pero mukhang sapat na nga. Keketat, yes, the answer is yes, secures the kill. And medyo nagigil lang ng konti si Keketat. Inunahan niya yung abyssal arrow.
Grabe. Cignal Ultra, that arrow once again, kung walang purify dun si Renjay, another kill for Cignal, pero medyo malalim dun si Keketat.
Way of the Dragon sa Torre.
And a good kick coming from Yawi Leo. Tingin ko, this is a better game. Kumbaga kanina, sabihin na natin it's a one-sided for next play. Right now, medyo kumaka-counter punch ngayon ang Cignal Ultra.
Yep, and dito natin masabing medyo nasa 100% ang parehong team. Kung yung Cignal Ultra medyo may unorthodox draft, kanina ngayon, they have all the weapons. And I think, tapos na sila dun sa kanilang full defensive strategy. Kaya nilang tumawid, kaya nilang mag-asim ng konti. Yawi, taking a few hits. Lance by Bensanity. Arrow misses. Nag-side trip lang ng konti ang mga miyembro ng NXP. And they disengage. Yawi. Yawi. Naghahanap ng Death Bush. Way of the Dragon sa isa. Matatamaan siya dito. Bensanity, H2O. Gonna go for the jump. Imperial Justice palayo.
That is very fortunate para dito sa kay Rhea. Kung wala siyang flicker doon, I think other Bensanity, mapipick off siya doon. Ang ganda ng synergy na ginawa doon ng Sipa. Tapos naka-dark doon si Exort, buntikang ma-burst doon yung Sylvana. And look at this. Cignal Ultra, they're finding, nagiging aggressive sila dito on the early game.
Yep, muntik na nga naawa ni Rhea ng purple buff dito si Roger Toll aka H2O. But now here's second turtle. Turtle number 2, una napunta sa Cignal Ultra ngayon. May ilalaban ba ang NXP? Masastan dito. Aqua Boy gets the turtle. Babagsak dito ngayon si Yawi. And so far,
Oh,
so
no.
good. Cignal, 2 out of 2 team fights.
Yes, and not only that, this is a lineup with 2 marksman given that this is a 1-1 na nakakakuha ng kills, and we all know na sasabay talaga tong 1-1 na to dito sa mga damage dealer ng NXP. Looks like Aqua Boy, maganda ang early game, and even Rhea trying to get the orange buff doon H2O.
Ginigil dito. Ang daming ult na ginamit ng
Mabuhay pa.
NXP para talagang matodas
Oh.
si Rhea. But again, Rob, tama ka. Sobrang dami. Baka nga nabuhay pa. They wasted what? An extra 2 or 3 seconds.
And ito ang mangyayari dito for the side of next play. If this continues, sabihin naman natin, it's still fair. H2O, hindi pa naman siya namamatay dito. Dire-diretso yung kanyang farm dito. Nagkakaroon sila ng mga trades, a mirror in terms of sa pagbasag ng mga turrets. That top lane might actually go down. Ang ganda ng positioning doon ni Yawi. Talagang inaabangan nila nandun si Rhea.
Oh, si Rene J, naka-DHS na po yan mga kaibigan. Demon Hunter Sword, hindi na ganun kadali. Ang pagbubuli ni Rhea, but he's gonna get away with it. Rene J goes down. Bibili siya ng Oracle dito, pero tatlo ang humahabol sa kanya. Papasok siya dito sa Torre. Ang daming damage dito. Bensanity gonna go for the protect. Wave the Dragon pa ilalim. H2O gets the kill. Bensanity sabi niya, blackout na tayo. Blackout na tayo.
That is a miscalculation coming from the side of next play. Akala nila hindi tutuluyan ni Rhea, and given that wala namang ding execute itong isang Uranus natin
Oo.
na to, and I think Yawi wasn't even aware na kailangan niyang bumack up doon nung nakita lang niya na
Agad-agad.
agad-agad.
Oo.
Yes, indeed. So though they have a trade, nakuha rin naman nila doon si Rhea, that is also a space created para sa side ngayon ng Cignal Ultra.
Kaya na-push nila ang bottom lane. Libreng-libre yun. Now, Rene J, makaka-round 2 ba? Nice lance. Oh, nahuli pa nga ng Imperial Justice. Kaya that, last resort, blazing duet. Hindi yan sapat. Down goes Rene J.
That comedic lance, time and time, nakikita natin, yun yung kumbaga parang nagsisimula ng mga team fight katulad kanina sa Turtle Pit, pag sundot doon ni Ben Sanity, doon nila nakuha yung Turtle and kinlash nila yung next play. Ngayon, ganun na naman, that pick off, parang laging nagsisimula talaga dito with the Sylvana and also yung arrow dito ni Kekeda. Looks like the tank support of Cignal Ultra was really on point on this game.
Yep. Rob, nagising na si Kuya mo, Ben Sanity.
Oo.
Nagising na. The Ben Sanity is online, ladies and gentlemen. Kung kanina si Yawi ang humahunting sa mga miyembro ng Cignal Ultra ngayon, si Ben Sanity na alongside Kekeda, to be honest, parang 1-2 punch yan combo. But look at this, dire-diretso lang ang push ng Cignal Ultra, arrow thrown out by Kekeda, naghahanap ng target, Rene J, umi-invade na. Is this the right answer, Rob? Ito ba ang dapat gawin ng NXP? Kasi mukhang matatalo sila sa teamfight sa may River. Yawi na huli ng Imperial Justice. At ito ang crossbow of Tang. Mag-lightning dito si Exort, but the damage is real. That's going to be the jump by Insanity. Comedic Lance with the stun. Rhea gets the final blow.
Ang sinasabi rito ng next play, they are not willing to take fights pa, Leo. To answer your question kanina, is this the right approach? I think ang ginagawa nila dito kasi parang hinohold na lang nila tong early aggression ng Cignal Ultra. They're trying to drag it into the late game para makasabay sila, like give an item dito kay James, magkaroon ng items dito si Rene J, and from there they could potentially, kumbaga itong Selena na to, sabihin na natin maganda sa early game, pero as long as tumatagal, look at that James.
Alam ni James that this is the only way he can do this. Now,
I
Aqua
know.
Boy chasing down, masasalubong siya dito ni Janus. Charge! Arrow! Fall 3!
Alam mo yung parang pana coming from the one, alam mo yung parang nag-connect doon, para siyang natuhog. Oh my! Next play, they're somehow struggling here in the mid game nitong game number 2 na to. So Cignal Ultra, they have the tempo. The big question is, how would they want to go with it? Kumbaga nabasag na nila lahat ng mga outer turrets sa mga side lanes ngayon ng next play. Would they want to force the mid lane, or they would like to get a freeze para sa side ng next play? Now, going back, Ben Sanity.
Nako po, nakahuli ng isa, and the most unfortunate, isa sa mga pinaka-awkward na poses. Pero ngayon, ladies and gentlemen, ayusin natin to. Siyempre, gusto natin maganda ang laro ng ating mga players. Real quick, kung hindi nyo alam, ang nakatakip dito ay isang malupit na Imperial Justice sa loob ng jungle ng NXP.
It's a blow talaga. Talagang pag once na pagbalik ng technical post na yan, bakbakan, balagbagan yung
Yeah.
dalawang teams na yan. And like what I've said earlier, next play, they weren't ready on mid-game. So, mapapansin mo yan with Rene J na in-invade niya yung orange buff, hindi siya pumunta doon sa team fight, and rather pumunta siya doon sa my top lane just to clear the wave. So, alam natin na dinadrag ng next play to on the late game, and to be fair, kaya ng draft nila. Itong Esmeralda na to, may part sa akin na hindi to basta-bastang mababurst down. Well, they do have the 1-1, pero as long as they drag it on the late game with the proper itemization from this Esmeralda, kaya niyang i-win stand yung mga members dito ng Cignal Ultra. Pero the question is, will Cignal Ultra give them the space and time para umabot dun sa part na magkaroon pa ng gamit dito ang mga members ng next play?
Yep. As you asked that question, Rob, mukhang si Janus ay mapapaback-out na nga. Tama ang call na ginawa niya. Kaya Kedat ngayon, hinahunting si Rene J.
Oh, no.
Ayun ang isa sa mga pinakamahabang stand sa abisal araw na nakita ko sa game na ito. Pero mukhang matutuloy ang pagnakaw ni Rene J dito sa purple. But blazing duet! Kaya Kedat, nagsisi na. Nakuha dito ang orange ni Janus. May tipi pa ng konti. Rene J, gonna back out at isang malupit na sticker.
I like the timings dito ni Rene J, no? Since siya yung nag-invade kanina nun, he also know. Pero ang magiging trade-off nito, probably the Lord. Pero it looks like marireset naman to. Pero wow, Rene J is actually acting on its own, and it's really working for the side of next play.
Yup, may bawi. Tinan mo to, na-push niya. Almost single-handedly mga kaibigan, trinabaho ni Rene J kahit mahirap ang bottom lane.
Alam mo yung may puso kan, Cho? Ganito yung puso ng Cho yung nagbibigay ka ng distraction with the team, and you're just having, kumbaga kung may Cho ka, meron kang Jeet Kundo with the Shunpo na makakatakas ka agad.
Kakayanin mo na lang.
He just uses BMI. At ngayon, Cignal Ultra is torn whether mag-react pa tayo kay Rene J sa baba o ipo-force na natin tong Lord dito and go for a 5v4 matchup. Pero inihigutan na ngayon ng Cignal Ultra dito si Rene J.
Ito ang katawang Claude, pusong Cho ni Rene J. Ginamit niya na nga ang BMI, ginamit niya na rin ang Purify. Namuntik na siyang masandwich dito ng Cignal Ultra. He goes to live another day. Tama ka, Rob, feeling ko ito si Rene J. Siya ang natitirang pag-asa ng NXT para umabot sa mid-game. Tapos bumawi sa late game, Wind of Nature, binili na ni Rene J.
Oo. And I think yung Purify na nakita nila with Rene J na ginamit doon sa pag-chase nila is also a signal for Cignal Ultra.
Yeah.
Medyo redundant yun na kunin itong Lord na to.
Yep, tignan natin, James. Charge up. Nakuha ni Kekedat ang Lord. Time to mamba out, sabi ito ni James. Masakit, masakit, masakit. Back out tayo. Exhort, tutulong. Rhea, nag-back out na nga. And nako, Rene J, ever the threat. Pinipilit niya ang push. Nag-iwan siya ng maliit na wave.
Oo. And I like that next play na hindi nila finorce na i-contest yun kasi given nga na cooldown ang Purify ni Rene J doon and we're in nandun ang gagaling mostly of their damage. H2O dito, sabihin na natin, hindi pa rin naman siya namamatay dito sa game pero they are not finding the right moment. Kumbaga, maingat ang paglalaro dito ng Roger ni H2O. Both marksman natin dito, it will be the key para dito sa match na to. And for Cignal Ultra, they are finding the ways on getting the kills because of the Arrow and the Imperial Justice dito ni Ben Sanity here on the bottom lane. I don't think na hindi mababasa, hindi agad-agad makukuha to ng NXP since they also have the damage. But look at Rhea going inside the base of next play.
Ito yung trademark Rhea, umaayaw-ionic edge lang sa likod. May nahuling isa, H2O goes down off of Ben Sanity's Imperial Justice. Apat na lang titira para dumepensa para sa next play. Mababansagan bang Mr. Game 3 si Coach Yev Meister? Babagsak na rin ang bottom lane. Lord marching in. Kekeda throws an arrow. Yawi blazing duet ni Rene J dito. Pero may sagot ang Cignal Ultra. Ito ang crossbow tang ni Aquaboy. Base na lang ang puhunan. Ladies and gentlemen, Cignal Ultra secures game number 2.
Oh wow. Nagawa ng Cignal to on Brand getting game number 2. Now, the question is, will they be able to close it now? Itong series na to against next play.
Masikip yung game na yun. Honestly, there was a small window for NXP para mabawi. At yun yung tinatrabaho ni Rene J. As in, imagine mo parang prison break. Tapos si Rene J yung naghukay. Parang 3 linggo na siya naghukay. Tapos dun sa dulo.
Kumbaga siya si Schofield.
Oo. Tapos dun
He said the prison break. So siya yung gumagawa ng way para makatakas sila doon sa pag-snowball ng Cignal Ultra.
Pero nandun yung warden sa likod. Si Kekedat.
Si Kekedat, yung kanyang mga pana.
Galing, hindi lang actually si Kekedat pati si Ben Sanity.
Ben Sanity.
Sa totoo lang. Ben Sanity, minute 1 onwards, napigilan ng NXP. Kaya magkakaroon tayo ng game number 3. More on this in just a bit dahil ibabato natin kay Wolf, our analyst. Wolf, kwentuhan mo na kami. Anong nangyari dito? Kaya nagkaroon tayo ng game number 3.
Cignal Ultra putting up a fight at nagpuwersa ng game number 3 for the series. Not gonna go down. Makes the series very interesting for us. And my name is Wolf, your analyst. Kasama ko, syempre, ang ating malulupit na mga casters kanina when they were talking about the strength of the heroes ng NXP. Naisip ko na parang kaya. Pero ano nangyari? Let's find out. And why don't we look at the post-game statistics brought to you by Smart, the official tournament telco partner of the MPL. Free to game great with Smart, free games for all. Bakit ako nag-agree na may strength ang lineup ng NXP laban sa Cignal Ultra? Dahil kung titingnan natin, Lunox, Roger, and Claude, heroes can really deal with the Uranus. What happened with Cignal Ultra, however? Ano yung naging factor kung bakit sila nakalamang at nakakuha na magandang start in this game? So it does actually from Ben Sanity. 11 assists, 0 deaths, and 0 kills. Tapos may vision ka coming out from Kekedon. Actually, this is a classic 1-2 punch combo when it comes to the support and tank na nakikita natin from previous meta. After before pala magkaroon ng nice baby meta, nagkaroon muna ng 1-2 punch combo kung saan yung isang mid laner ay nagpo-provide ng vision, tapos meron kang initiation coming out from the tanks. Like for example, this Sylvana with the Selena. And many times in this game, hindi man nakarami ng sobra-sobra ng kills ang Cignal Ultra, yung idea pa lang na hindi makapag-roam around ang NXP dahil dun sa vision, pati na rin sa initiation na meron ang supporting cast ng Cignal Ultra, dun na sila nakakuha ng konting advantage in the early stages, which we'll see later. For now, I want you to be reminded na meron tayong live watching rewards. Have the chance to win a skin worth 599 diamonds kung isa ka sa mga 30,000 na unang entries in this QR code. Kung in-scan nyo to, or maybe go to this link, you'll get the chance to be part of the live watching rewards. The first 30,000 entries will get a chance to win the treasure box. And syempre, kung titingnan natin ang highlights, after all of the statistics that we've brought up, and makikita natin kung ano nga ba yung naging impact ng vision and initiation ng Cignal Ultra through the game highlights brought to you by Smart, the official tournament telco partner of the MPL. Free to game great with Smart, free games for all. Now going back, ano ang naging crucial na part dito for Cignal Ultra? Number 1 to their key to victory, vision ni Ben Sanity, nakikita mo, and Kekedot with the traps and arrows na kumokonekta para ma-secure nila yung mga early objectives, yung mga turtle, mga turrets. And of course, the next win condition for NXT, make the side lanes good. At actually, ang pinrioritize nila dito is yung lane ni Aquaboy. Well, kung isipin ay nabigyan nila si Rene J ng maraming beses, up to 3 deaths in the early stages. Tapos, binigyan nila ng free game naman si Aquaboy. So, parang nangyari is, pinigilan nila yung kalaban na makapag-farm habang sila naman ay na-secure yung farm doon sa kanilang second core or sa kanilang gold laner. Now, gonna have to take note, ang ganda ng command ni Janus on this season, Shin. Kahit pa medyo nakontes siya ni Yawi in the early stages, nakakuha naman siya ng magandang takeover when it comes to turtles and turrets. As you can see now, Aquaboy chasing James and Janus getting the three-pointer, kumbaga. At ang naging development ng ating laban afterwards is just winning the map overall. NXP, makakakuha sila ng split push with Rene J, pero ang bilis ng sagot ng Cignal Ultra. In fact, when they're grouping up, mas mabilis din yung tempo sa pag-take nila ng mga turrets ng NXP. Kaya nga naman naging awkward yung pag-split push ni Rene J. Kasi paano niya maa-outspeed yung Cignal Ultra Siege kung hindi naman siya, kung mag-isa lang siya, which is just Claude. Maybe if the game progress ng 5 more minutes, 10 more minutes, masabi mo na malakas na yung threat ng isang side split pushing Claude. Pero kung ganito na ang tempo na nilaro ng side ng Cignal Ultra ay mabilis, you're gonna have to really give it to the blue team. The MVP of the game was brought to you by Smart, the official tournament telco partner of the MPL. Break through your own limits, rise above, and be free to game great with free games for all. MVP of the game, it's Ben Sanity. 0 kills, 0 deaths, all assists. Pure playmaking 69% of the time, nandun siya sa mga kills ng side ng Cignal Ultra. And then, tinulungan siya ng kanyang mid lane, which is the Selena. Kaya nga naman ako sila maraming kills. And if you think about it, yung impact ni Ben Sanity sa kanyang kalaban, pati na rin sa kanyang mga teammates ay maganda. Sa kalaban, nahirapan at naging awkward para kay Rene J, pati na rin kay H2O with the Roger, kasi pwede sila mahuli ng Imperial Justice. Para naman sa kampe, yung fact na nakakapag-vision si Sylvana gamit yung kanyang sariling hero, with what we call the face checking. Tapos may added vision coming out from Sylvana. Makes it so na si Janus, pati na rin si Aquaboy ay nakapag-farm ng matiwasay sa laban na to. And that meant great things for Cignal Ultra. Bakit hindi natin ibalik sa Caster's Desk para sa game number 3, decider of this wonderful series?
Bang sanity lang ang puhunan ng Cignal Ultra para mapilit ang game number 3. Welcome back to the desk. My name is Leo. This right here is Rob Luna at ihahatid namin ang pinaka-aantay na konklusyon ng series na ito. Isa sa mga teams ang matatalo at matutuluyan ang losing streak at isa ang magwawagi. Rob, Ultra Almado ang Cignal Ultra and this is a bad look for NXP. Ito yung isa mga pinaka-weaknesses nila eh. Yung madali silang matilt, they're very emotional, gigil sila. Sa tingin mo ba, yun ang magiging storya ng series na ito?
Yeah, I think kailangan nilang i-adapt kung paano yung naging mindset ng Cignal Ultra. Kanina, Cignal Ultra, they stumbled so hard on game number 1 and nakita naman natin kung paano sila nakabalik agad on game number 2. Kumbaga, refresh sila agad. Alam nila kung ano yung gagawin nila and for next play esports, they really have to at least mimic yung mindset lang na gano'n. Na kalimutan na natin, we're back ngayon, best of 1 na lang against Cignal Ultra and both of the teams are really looking towards to end their drought dito sa liga natin. I mean, this is a very good ender on both of the teams since next week pa, Thursday pa, ilang araw pa yung dadaanan natin bago mag-ano ulit for week 4.
Rob, yun ang sinasabi ko sa lahat ng series sa MPL Season 7 currently. I'm hoping until our final week, lahat must watch, lahat high stakes. Ladies and gentlemen, magsisimula na ang draft. Here we go. Game number 3, NXP laban sa Cignal Ultra. MPL Season 7 is presented by Smart, the official tournament telco partner of the MPL. Free to game great with Smart, free games for all. Ang tanong, who is going to be making the smart choices in the draft coming up next? Catch it here, brought to you by Smart. Free game great with Smart, free games for all. Rob, yung lesson na maging ultra kalmado lang, parang ang hirap matutunan nun in just one best of 3.
Exactly. I mean, kumbaga, it takes practice. And of course, motivation as well kung bakit mo siya ginagawa. And in terms of motivation, Next Play Esports, we all know na sobrang motivated ng team na to. One of the teams then, even nung nag-grade kami sa kanila, sobrang saya. Alam mo yung bond nila dito, talagang feeling mo parang magkakapatid silang lahat.
Parang sa pagnood ko ng mga vlogs, ng mga streams nila, yun yung vibe. Yun yung vibe. So I'm hoping that the power of friendship and brotherhood comes through sa pamumuno ni Coach Doggy dito na nasa bahagyang kanan ng ating screens. Parang full-on critical thinking si Boss Dogs.
Yeah, exactly. Pero yung minention mo kanina, no, kung ano ba yung magiging aura, looking at Rene J, even with coming from a loss, nakita mo yung smile pa rin niya He's actually trying to give the aura. Kumbaga, more energy para dito sa team ng Next Play. Pero right now, this team, sa dami ng sumusuporta, ang dami talagang nag-iintay na ma-end na nila yung kanilang lose streak. And this is also a good momentum din Either of the two teams na makakuha ng panalo dito, this is probably the first series win for Cignal Ultra. And this is, kumbaga ito naman yung comeback. Kasi ang ganda nung pagkapanalo ng Next Play against Bren Esports Tapos nagsunod-sunod yung kanilang talo. If they get a win here on Cignal Ultra, I think, and I'm not think, for sure, magiging maganda ang simula ng week 4 para sa Next Play.
Yep, and for Cignal Ultra, I don't even want to think about it. Sobrang daming layers na kailangang daanan ng Cignal Ultra para makabalik sa road to recovery. But right now, it looks like Cignal Ultra is going to be on the draw. Silang sasagot, 2 picks. Pero ang Next Play, merong priority pick isa. Again, it's a matter of trading. It's a matter of choosing kung anong willing kang sagutin sa kalaban, kung anong willing kang makatapat para dun sa isang malakas mo na pick. Next Play, ang binan nila, Selena at Uranus, mga signature heroes ng Cignal Ultra. Habang sa kabila naman, Eve ni Exhort at ang Pakito.
Oo, parang ano no, targeted din. And given that, hindi na ako magtataka na ibaban ngayon nila dito yung Selena. Yun yung isa sa mga nagpahirap. Pero right now, Jawhead was the third ban of Cignal Ultra. I was actually thinking na baka inopen na naman ng Cignal Ultra kasi parang gusto ba nila na maulit or they have something doon na pang-counter. But since it was banned by Cignal Ultra, Next Play Esports would want to lock in here itong Benedetta na to. And this is a very good pick for me, Leo. Why? Kasi I've seen Yawi use this hero as well. So this is somehow, kumbaga Next Play kasi parang mapapansin mo halos lahat sila kayang gamitin yung mga hero ng bawat isa. So from this position, this is even, I could say, James, like 100%, hindi naman 100%. Most of the time is the one using this Benedetta. But there is also a time that Yawi did use it.
Yeah.
We've seen it with some other teams na ginagamit to na parang tank, di tate, parang roamer na assassin
Oo, parang support. Support Benedetta. And I agree, Rob, sobrang ganda ng flex ng Next Play dito. Again, meron silang magandang overlap ng mga heroes. Actually, kahit yung mga hero ni Exhort at ni Lancy, yung Lunox, pwede nga mag-sideline
Totoo.
Nagagamit ganun But right now, Cignal Ultra, let's talk about their choices here. It's the Cho na maganda ring denial pick against Next Play Esports. At inagahan yata nila ang paglabas ng isa sa mga binabansagang baby ng metagame na ito, si Chang'e. Ang aga, parang ang aga ng Chang'e.
Ang aga indeed. And eto no, pansin natin dito sa series na to, hindi masyado prominent yung mga yung mga nice one baby heroes natin. I mean, Rafaela is just opened, that Estes was still open, but Natalia will be the pick here for Cignal. And wow, this is this like the pause for or the mid hero for KK Dot?
Ito ang ginawa ng Cignal Ultra on their opening draft against Omega. Gumamit sila ng Natalia. And this is not a surprise if Cignal Ultra bans out the Rafaela na nabanggit na nga natin na natural counter sa isang Natalia in this current metagame. Pero ang unang tatanggalin ng Cignal Ultra ay isang Farsa dahil napansin nilang wala pang hero ang support player ng Next Play at ang sagot naman ng Next Play ay Harith. Okay, Rob, after the Natalia pick, parang medyo napatagalid na ang predictions ko sa draft. Parang sobrang nagbago yung pag-iisip ko dito.
Yes, and
Anything is possible.
indeed. And I was really thinking if etong Choba na to would be playing, I don't think this is gonna be a tank. Parang masyadong far-fetched and hindi sila mag-work both ng Natalia, di ba? In terms of the rotation. So basically, this is already the side lanes ngayon ng Cignal Ultra. The only question is, what's gonna be their jungler? As Lancelot will be open here on Cignal Ultra. Will they go dito sa hero na to? Kaya bang sumabay? This is the classic na magkaharap on the jungler, the Ling and the Lancelot.
Yeah, pang istorya ng Agawan Purple. Yan ang key dito. Kung sino ang mas magaling mang-agaw o mag-keep ng kanilang purple, siya ang magwawagi. Siya ang magkakaroon ng magandang transition into the mid to the late game as an assassin. Cignal Ultra, I think if this is the lineup that we're gonna end up with, kung Lancelot nga ito na gagamitin ng Cignal Ultra, mukhang maganda dahil meron siya na Natalia. Pwedeng silip-silipin yung buff nung Ling.
Totoo yan. And one thing din, I mean, Natalia is actually gonna work for them. Kasi kung iisipin mo, Rafaela, most of the time, di ba, gamit na gamit on this meta. And this is something like a pseudo counter for a Natalia as well. If you're gonna use the skill 1 ng isang Rafaela, tatamaan ka and marireveal ang isang Natalia. But yeah, Lancelot here will be locked in by Cignal Ultra. Janus, I think one of the best players din na nakita din natin na aside from Coral TC na gumagamit ng isang Lancelot na he knows may mga time na nagiging risky siya on playing this hero pero nakukuha niya na yung group niya lately like dun sa laban nga nila against Bren Esports. Now, Yawi dito, sila naman ang gagamit ng Sylvana. We're in. Ito yung naging susi ni Ben Sanity getting the win on game number 2.
Oh, pero ang sagot ng Next Play,
Oh, wow.
full burst. Rob, full burst. Sasabihin ni Yawi, ito may isa, sure ball patay. Eudora.
Oh no. And ito ang magpapahirap ngayon kay Janus. Kasi given na pwede kang pumasok on the backlines dito ng side ng Next Play, kung meron naman ditong Eudora. Pero still, it's a tricky Pwedeng yung Lancelot will be the one to use para pasukin dito yung Eudora. Pero that Diggy pick, itong malaking tanong dito will this Diggy be the feeding Diggy strategy? Kasi posible What do you think? Ako, Leo, ako, nararamdaman ko posible.
Pwede.
Posibleng panggulo to kay H2O.
Again, anytime Diggy is picked in the MPL, parati mong iisipin na posible ang Diggy beat. Okay? Parang ginawa ng aura no isang araw. But, honestly, I feel like this is not Cignal Ultra's most comfortable draft. Feeling ko talaga, napilitan na lang sila. And yung strategy na to, maganda yung sagot ng next play. I feel like, again, Ben Sanity, he had his hero, Silvana, nung game number 2. Kaya sobrang ganda ng galawan ng Cignal throughout the whole game. But dito, parang minute 1, hindi ko ramdam na may impact si Ben Sanity kung Diggy nga ito. But working together with the Natalia,
yes.
parang ang ganda, ang laki ng mapa nila. I don't know, Rob. I feel like...
Oh my. Ito lang yung nafe-feel ko. I mean, it's gonna be hard for the side, specifically H2O. Kumbaga, if this is a feeding strategy, Diggy, together with the Natalia, kumbaga, hindi mo maiisip eh. Kumbaga, lagi kang guguluhin nitong dalawa na to. Pero given that it's not gonna be a feeding Diggy strategy since meron siyang ages dito, pero gamit pa rin to. I mean, with this ultimate, ang dami niyang pwedeng cancelin ng mga ultimates dito coming from next play.
Pwede niyang kainin lang. And again, the Aegis is there to make the take harder. But hold up, ano nangyari doon? Wait lang. Nanakaw! Nanakaw ni Ben Sanity!
Oh no! That is very crucial at nagkamali tayo. This is indeed a feeding Ben Sanity, Diggy. Nako, ito ang magiging malaking problema. I mean, itong side lanes dito ng Cignal Ultra will just have a good time getting all the resources that they need dahil bibigay sa kanila ni Ben Sanity lahat ng space ng yon. So, magre-react ngayon dito ang next play dito sa Diggy na to.
Forced to react now. Exhort. Tatlo na ni Rhea at ni Keke Dot. Ladies and gentlemen, ang konsepto ng Diggy strat ay essentially bibigyan ng kills nung Diggy yung mga hero ng kalaban. Tapos, papasamugin nung mga miyembro niya. And right now, it's working to a TK na tumatalon pa loob. Ben Sanity again, keeping up to his main strategy. Naku po, si H2O!
This is gonna be a hard lane game, Leo. I mean, wala kang makukuhang buff sa ganitong ginagawa ngayon dito ng Cignal Ultra.
Next level to. Rob, this is not crazy. This is Ben Sanity. Hindi niya kailangan ng retrieve. Aegis lang.
Grabe. Cignal Ultra is actually giving us an excitement dito sa game number 3 against a next play.
Exotic.
Oo, totoo.
Exotic.
Tapos, yung side lane kasi dito ng Cignal Ultra, parang ano din eh, pushy din eh. Kumbaga hindi mo rin pag nag-react yung mga side lane dito ng next play para tulungan si H2O, both side lanes ngayon dito ng Cignal Ultra will just keep pushing in. And to the point na pwede nilang ma-choke out dito ang NXP.
Dahil kung iingatan mo yung mid, dahil doon ka magpapadala ng tao, mababasag yung side lanes.
Yes.
And it's a lose-lose situation if that happens. Currently, medyo nababawi pa naman ang NXP, keeping up the gold lead, 6.3 to 6.3. Pero yun nga, si Ben Sanity, doon na nakatira sa jungle nila eh.
Oo, ito pa ang mahirap dyan, no, for the side to fix. Tapos na-shutdown pa doon si H2O.
Yun, Rob. Yung sinasabi kong pinyata.
Kumbaga, parang pinataba nila si H2O. Tapos,
Isa-shutdown lang.
Oo, isa-shutdown nila yon.
Oo.
Parang pipitasin lang nila. Then, this gonna get the gold back doon sa mga nawala nila doon sa pag-feed nitong Diggy na to. And, I don't think na makukuha ni H2O to anytime soon itong purple buff na to.
Yep, papahirapan ni Ben Sanity. And I think, kita mo yun, meron siyang hesitation. Papatayin ko ba itong Diggy? Kasi bilang na bilang yan, i-check nila yung kill score. And right now, Keke Dot pumasok dito, paloob, Tempest of Blades, mahuhuli ng isa. Yawi uses the Imperial Justice, babagsak isa, Keke Dot goes down. Ben Sanity susunod na rin, Yawi, mare-reverse time, kasabog siya dito, H2O gets the kill, and this is all going for NXP so far. Lead 9-2, pero yun nga, pinyata slot.
Yes, and well, finally, H2O did actually get his purple buff. He actually has to use his retribution. So, meaning to say, pag respawn itong turtle na to, baka hindi umabot ang retribution dito ni H2O. And Silvana, Yawi, will be taken once again. And H2O, still not getting both of his buff. Renegade, delikado siya dito, Leo. Oh no, Cignal Ultra, yung tempo na meron sila dito sa early game, next player really struggling right now.
Yup, nasa stifle, ika nga, napipigil-pigilan. Not in all in, not on one go, kundi paunti-unti, Tempest of Blades, para lang makalayo. Buff hindi pa rin nakuha. That's going to be H2O. Okay, Finch points. Nakuha niya na, Rob.
Nakuha niya na.
Pero pinatagal. Hold up, may isa pang laban sa top lane. Rhea gonna go down. Yawi gets the kill. Papasukin siya dito. At isa pa, bursted down ni Exort Janus.
This is a good comeback para sa side ngayon dito ng next play. Double buff ngayon dito si H2O. Nagkaroon pa sila ng mga pick-up. Unfortunate lang na nakuha doon si Exort. Pero they are going into the right direction ngayon dito, Leo. Kahit papaano, hindi basta-basta pang napopush over ang kanilang side lane. Renegade and James are doing a great job i-hold yung lines dito sa early game ng next play.
Yup, buff denial is the name of the game. And ang hirap nito, Rob. Ang hirap nito, Bensanity goes down, H2O, mababurst down dito ni Aquaboy. Kung yung kalaban hindi ML yung laro, parang hirap sagutin. Parang iba yung laro ng Cignal ngayon eh.
Yes, and this only show that they really have a lot of strategies up on their sleeve. But right now, that first turtle will be taken by Cignal Ultra. Si Janus dito still, he has a good farm. Hindi lang siya nakakakuha masyado pa ng mga kill dito. But right now, looking at the gold, sumasabay pa rin ang next play given that na pinapahirapan si H2O ng early game.
Sobrang gutom, sobrang uhaw ni H2O sa farm. Men, 300 gold lang yata ang pinagkaiba nila ni Bensanity. Ganun kahirap. Again, yung post 5 mo, sobrang yun yung pinakamababa ang gold Si H2O pa yung kasunod sa kabila.
Yes, mas pwede nating sabihin dito, H2O, hindi siya yung parang magiging main damage dealer nila dito para sa laro na to. We have to rely on Renegade and together with James. Kumbaga, pinahirapan nila si H2O pero Cignal Ultra, they also have to think in dalawang side lane ng next play kasi they also are getting farm kahit papano.
Yup, and yun ang kailangan maisip ng NXP. Kailangan na nilang i-transition yung dalawang side laners now. Ito na naman, laban sa may orange buff. Exort, tinutulungan si H2O. Finally, the buff goes towards NXP and hindi nila papansin ni Bensanity. Ito ang tamang laro. Ito ang kailangan mong gawin para hindi matuloy ang Digi strategy. Pero yun nga parang iba counterproductive siya Iba siya sa pag-iisip ng normal na ML. Pero ito na nga, Renegade naghaharap ng target. Pa the old Tempest of Blades, pa layo mo ang papatayin ni Bensanity. Okay, nice! Release control pero mapipilitan. H2O, mag-survive ba siya? Yes! With 1 HP and a 3, makatakas pa nga kay that shutdown.
Oh no, Cignal Ultra, yes, they do work on the early game pero ngayon, next play, they're finding their groove here on game number 3. And even with James, ngayon, going back dito with Cignal Ultra's winning condition. Yes, na-shutdown nila si H2O, pero how would they go against this Benedetta here on mid-game?
James is making it work. Again, si James, 4-0-0. Ang dami ng stacks sa Festival of Blood. And ang kasagutan niya lang naman doon, si Rhea na gumagalaw din naman. Trav, exactly, you're right. Ito ang ng NA is the second turtle of the game, if I'm not mistaken. Medyo natagalan ng take ng Cignal. And no contest. Because again, sobrang gutom. And ngayon, doon siya tumitingin sa kabilang side ng mapa.
And I really think na it's the correct play then for the side of next play na wag i-contest na yung turtle. Hayaan nyo nang kunin lahat ng Cignal Ultra yung turtle na yan. As long as we get the kills, as long as we're not dying, and as long as we are still farming.
And doon sa isang pagdepensa sa orange, bumagsak si Rhea at si Bensanity. Almost na. Si Kekedat, almost. Nakita ko, muntik nang bumagsak. But currently, NXP, I think they figured it out. Nagets na nila na, okay, ito tayo. H2O, parang ikaw pa rin yata yung pinag-iinitan Hindi nila gets na tatransition na tayo sa side lanes.
Oo. Saka, this is also the time na hindi na magiging effective yung feeding strategy ng isang Digi. Kumbaga, mag-transition na siya as a full support para sa Cignal.
Pero Rob, meron naman din ibang hero ang Cignal Ultra. Yawi ka, munti ka ng maisahan dito ni Aquaboy at ni Janus na napaganda rin naman ng farm. Papabagsakin ang first tier turret dito sa mid. Exort, muntik ng ma-burst. Bensanity still maintaining the pressure. Dito siya talaga natira sa may buffs ng NXP. That could have been a double kill, triple even for Cignal.
Yes, and going back dito for next play, Leo, so I like what H2O is doing right now. He's doing the split pushes dito. He's trying to get a reaction or probably makakuha siya dito ng mga lord. And kumbaga, lalaruin na ngayon to ng next play yung mga split pushes nila dito. Pero this is a good pick-off in case na makuha nila ulit si H2O. Wow! With the reverse time, tapos inabangan pa siya sa likod dito ni Naked that it's still H2O managed to stay alive.
Yup, and essentially patintero ang laro ngayon ng NXP at Cignal. Naghahanapan sila ng target at piling-pili lang ang gusto nilang target. Ayaw na nilang magpadigi feed. NXP looking for one. Nakapag-ages na si Bensanity. Phantom execution ni Janus. It's too late. Bensanity goes down. Buhay pa ang lahat ng miyembro ng NXP. Down goes Janus. Mukhang may bawi. Rhea, Loki Lo, tatakbo sa ilan ng Torre. That can be enough. Imperial Justice ni Yawi dito. 3 down for Cignal. All still standing sa NXP. Walang bawi si Aquaboy. Kaya kita naghahanap ng timing sa may likod. Meteor shower to clear the wave. Kaya pa?
Oh no! Ito magiging mahirap ngayon dito no for Cignal Ultra. Pagka naging ganito na yung gameplay, yung habol-habulan, lugi sila dito. Kasi kung iisipin mo next play dito, they have all the mobility that they have. May flinch boys tayo dito na manggagaling sa kay H2O. Tapos may flowing blood with drainage. Parang ang hirap habulin. Yes, they have a hard crowd control with the way of dragon dito ni Rhea. Pero after that, what's gonna be it?
Isa lang yun.
Isa lang yun. Paano tayo maghahabol?
Pipili sila ng target, Ralph.
Indeed.
Mapipilitan silang pumili ng target. And if they get the wrong target, again, there's so many wrong targets on the side of NXP, nako, kukulangin ang Cignal, which is why at least for now, mid-game, ladies and gentlemen, okay na okay pa ang Cignal Ultra. Pero yung NXP, mukhang nalaro na nila ang early game ng DG strategy. Nuggets na nila.
Nuggets talaga nila. And H2 was siya pa rin ang apple of the eye, ang target dito ng Cignal Ultra. Pero he still managed to stay alive. Ganun kadulas ang Ling ni H2O.
Yup, sobrang dulas. Magaling mag-parkour.
Oo.
Essentially. Magaling mag-parkour. Yun ang laro niya. And kung ang laro ng Cignal hindi ML, NXP rin, parang H2, ibahin mo na yung strategy mo, man. At least hanggang makapag-stabilize tayo. And that's the key here. That's the only reason why NXP is maintaining the lead and still making these team fights hard for Cignal Ultra. Janus, lalaroin ni James dito, who now has 6 stacks. Maximum stacks na. Oh, papasabugin si Keketat sa may likod na huli ng Imperial Justice. Pumaporma na para sa Lord ang NXP.
Delikado, Leo. Medyo nagiging irrelevant na dito si KK Dot. Kumbaga, may pakunat na yung mga members. The only thing na posible na ma-burst down dyan rito was actually Exort. But Exort, he knows his position. Alam niya kung saan lang siya pwedeng magstay. And look at this, Cignal Ultra, delikado sila dito sa gitna.
Time's journey dito ni Bensanity. Is it enough to save Rhea? Answer is yes. Janus, sabi niya, back muna tayo guys. Clear muna ng waves. And even Cignal, who now is also on the defensive. Parang interesting ang magiging susunod na magalaw ng mga team dito dahil walang definitive na makakapag-lord. Walang libreng lord.
Wala talagang libreng Lord. Pero kasi this is still working for next play. As the game prolongs, habang tumatagal to, mas lalong nagde-depreciate ang value dito ng dalawang heroes ng Cignal Ultra. Itong Natalia na to and itong Digi na to, this might not actually help them on the late game.
Pero tingnan natin, nahuli ng Wave the Dragon sa may taas. Si James, like a final blow pa, layo. He's going to be fighting back. Maganda ang stacks dito ng Festival Blood. Down goes Keketat, nakalisa na siya. Isa pa ba? Rhea, na-stand dito ng eye for an eye. Naka-double kill si James. Janus goes down in mid lane. 4, 5, wipeout. Naubos na ang Cignal Ultra.
Oh my God! Pang TikTok yon Leo. Yung ginawa ni James doon, yung sinayaw-sayawan niya doon, yung mga members ng Cignal Ultra, ubos ngayon ng mga miyembro. And mukhang kaya nilang tapusin to.
Diretso yun na nila, Rob. It's what? 1 second? Aquaboy coming out. Enough ba ang clear waves? No! Mahuli si Yawi dito. Pero sobra-sobra na, sabi ng NXP. The drought is over. Nakapanalo na dito ang Next Play Esports. This winning moment is brought to you by Master. Hindi sila na GG. Instead, they brought their clay game with Master. Sikreto ng mga gwapo. How perfect. Isa sa mga pinakagwapong teams dito sa MPL ang nagwagi. Finally, Next Play tastes victory.
Grabe. Alam mo yung feeling nung habang nagsa-slice and dice doon yung Benedetta. Alam mo yung nakakakilig moment. Kulang lang doon yung TV eh. Yun yung TikTok moment.
Sticker.
Oo. Oh
Ang
my.
freestyle. Nako, si James may napausong bago sa mga fans ng Next Play at ng mga Benedetta main. Once more, congratulations to Next Play here finally ending the drought. But for Cignal Ultra, Rob, my heart goes out to Coach Yeb and the boys. Parang sobrang rough ng kanilang week 1. Or,
Yes.
yeah, week 1 technically kasi unang nilang linggo dito sa MPL.
Yes, so I hope they find their groove. I hope na itong 4 na game nila dito sa week number 3 na to would be a good lesson for them para mapunta sa susunod na week natin on week 4 ng regular season. And if in case, this might actually be a good wave then for them na kumbaga ito yung ganito na ngayon. Sobrang diin na ngayon ng Season 7.
Yep, we're gonna throw it over to our analyst, Wolf. Balitaan mo nga kami anong nangyari dito sa game number 3.
Hindi nagpatinag, hindi nagpagulat ang side ng NXP. Kaya nga naman sila ang nanalo ng game number 3. What a series from Next Play, but GG's of course, the Cignal Ultra. My name is Wolf, your analyst. Thank you so much, casters. And let's talk about game number 3. The following post-game statistics are brought to you by Smart, the official tournament co-partner of the MPL. Free to game great with Smart, free games for all. And we were talking about game number 3. Syempre, ang usapan ay ang stats. Of course, with the stats, related din naman ang draft. Kung titingnan natin maigi, of course, ay masama ang magiging record ng isang feeding digi strategy. But, ang main factor kung bakit gusto mong magkaroon ng digi strategy ay dapat maganda ang resulta for the other players. Like for example, yung Lancelot, dapat ay magandang stats. Hindi pwedeng 0-3 yan. Yung ating Cho, dapat mas maganda rin yung stats onto the side lanes. But, Cignal Ultra, siguro yung kanilang decision na gumawa ng digi strategy ay parang hilaw pa. Parang hindi pa nila na-practice ng sobra. At ang pinaka-questionable, at least for me, is the fact na kinuha nila yung Natalia after, on the third pick. Actually, maganda nga yung Natalia sana kaso na-counter siya ng NXP. Kumuha sila ng Eudora in the second phase of the draft. And then Cignal Ultra thought, siguro pwede tayong mag-feeding DD strategy. And unfortunately, it did not work. Titingnan natin sa highlights later kung paano nga ba nangyari ang development at kung paano sila nalugi. But for now, I would like you to be reminded na meron tayong live watching rewards for all those who stay here in the post-game analysis segment of the broadcast. Every time na makikita nyo ako today, magkakaroon kayo ng chance manalo ng 599 diamonds worth of a skin through a treasure box na i-award sa first 30,000 entries sa ating QR code. Pati na rin syempre sa link if you want, scan the QR code or go to the link to get a chance to win the live watching rewards. Now let's look into the highlights brought to you by Smart, the official tournament partner of the MPL. Free to game great with Smart, free games for all. In the highlights, maganda naman ang simula. Lalong-lalo na itong pagnakaw ni Bensanity. And the idea of the feeding digi strategy is to make it difficult para sa funnel ng kalaban or jungler ng kalaban na makakuha ng magandang start. However, ang common misconceptions ay madali na dapat at madaling i-execute ang digi strategy. And that's the problem for Cignal Ultra. Hindi nila nagawang intact ang kanilang side lanes. For example, Alice versus the Cho, nakapag-farm ng sobra yung Alice. Chango, dapat nakapag-farm din para sa ng Cignal Ultra, pero hindi niya rin napigilan si James at si Rene J. And now, overall, yung Natalia, wala rin masyadong eliminations at the start. And anong naging resulta nun para sa Cignal Ultra? Yung dapat na develop nilang gap when it comes to the economy ay hindi enough. Janus on this Lancelot, as good as he is, kung siya ay Lancelot, naglalaro ng Lancelot, hindi ito nakita sa game na. In fact, ang ending na stats for all of the cores of Cignal Ultra, side lane, pati yung mga kanilang jungler, it's really bad to look at. Kasi nga naman yung NXP, na-solidify nila yung side lane nila. There will come a time, makikita natin ng Cignal Ultra nakakuha pa ng magandang shutdown onto H2O's growth. Kaso nga lang, hindi nila napigilan yung pagyaman ni James, pati na rin ni Rene J. And we can see na eventually magkakaroon ng isang clash na malulugi ang Cignal Ultra. Rene J with the good winter truncheon usage, baiting out itong ating Lancelot. Kaya nga naman napunta siya dun sa spot na kaya na siyang patayin ng NXP. And the real outplay will happen onto the top lane. Ito na yun, blocked by James. Dalawa yung gumo doon sa ating Benedetta. And you can see the outplay, beautiful. Nakita niya na meron siyang opportunity para mag-live steal, tapos i-turn around yung laban, gets the double kill, at hindi nga lang din sa part ng mapa na yun nakuha ng panalo ang NXP. In fact, nakapag-wipe sila, and you know what happens. Kapag wala ng hero yung kalaban, it's a straight-up chance to end it. MVP of the game, James. Brought to you by Smart, the official tournamental co-partner of the MPL. Break through your own limits, rise above, and be free to game great with free games for all. 31% kill participation, not too bad. Siyempre naman, feeding league strategy to. So, hindi mo pwedeng tignan yung mga kills. But what you can look at is yung damage dealt on the opponents as well as damage taken really being the dampener para sa side ng NXP. And then nakakuha din siya ng mataas na amount ng gold overall in this game. Kaya nga naman din, nung nagkaroon na ng time, nabakbakan na kung saan ginagamit na nga nung pares sa teams yung inipon nilang pera onto the early stages into the mid game, doon na nakakuha ng control ang side ng NXP. To add to that, Alice and Benedetta, super duper solid side lanes. Ang ganda ng control doon sa mapa para sa side ng NXP. Kahit yung kanilang jungle ay mid lane nahirapan dahil sa DG strategy, yung side lanes naman, sobrang itak for NXP, and that's why they were able to get game number 3 and eventually ending their losing slump. Para naman sa Cignal Ultra, back to the drawing board for sure. That has been my analysis for game number 3 and the series of NXP and Cignal Ultra. And let's throw it now back to the casters.
Maraming